Hey everyone, welcome back to Model Release. For today's episode, I have a model muse, Mr. Rip the Runway, Mr. High Fashion, fashion enthusiast, a really chill guy. I have Keon today. What's up?
That was crazy.
That was a real intro because it's really like that.
One more time, please.
You only get it once.
I'll take it. But that's spot on. That's
Yep.
spot on. How y'all doing?
Thank you so much for coming on today. When you were coming here, I was trying to think even how we met.
It's 25 now, right? It's crazy.
Yeah, we're in 2025. We're in the ghetto.
Ghetto. Might have been 2 or 3 years ago at El
Yeah.
Tejano.
El Tejano, yes. Okay, yes. What was it? Probably Taco Tuesday or something.
It was something like that. I always get tacos there, so probably
Yeah.
been Taco Tuesday, or I like to, argue for a Taco Thursday as well. Sometimes you just gotta run it back.
Okay, Taco Thursday is a thing. For sure. So, getting into the journey, I know you're from San Diego. So, you're from California, but what really drew you to LA?
It was my mom. So like as a kid growing up, like she wanted me to be like well versed in everything. So she put me in like, dance classes, like acting classes, modeling courses. I'm like 6, 7. I'm like, bro, I'm just trying to stay at the crib, play video games, play outside with the homies, ride bikes.
Yeah.
But it made me well versed. I was forced to do it, but then as I got older, I'm like, yo, let me just finally do my own thing. And then I realized like, yo, that's the kind of shit I want to do for real. So like
Yeah.
had to tap back into it. But it was really my mom for real. Just wanted me to be like the best person I could be, like well versed in just in everything.
Shout out to the moms. Moms know best, okay? Honestly, I feel like parents always make us do a lot of different things. And then later, as adults, we are glad we did it.
Yeah, because they give you that option. Like as a kid, you're just like, I'm locked in on this. But then it's like, they're like, nah, try this, try this. But they give you the opportunities and give you more venues to like explore. So yeah, shout out to the moms for
Shout
that
out
for
to the
sure.
moms. And also, you're a foodie. I know the people are probably wondering what your background is because I feel like you have a very distinct look. You're very ambiguous. Face card, okay?
I mean, I'm Black and Filipino. I grew up with my Filipino side much, way more. Like shout out to my grandma, R.I.P. I've been to the Philippines like multiple times. I'd have been embedded in that culture. My grandma had a Filipino restaurant. I mean, that was my diet. So like, I eat a lot of seafood, everything. But like, if I tell you what some of the Filipino dishes are like on paper, y'all be hesitant to try them. So I'm not gonna do that. Just know it's good, and
Yeah.
I'll die for that.
Period. Put some respect on the culture, okay?
Dead homie.
So I know that modeling is like your main thing. Booked and busy over here. What
Trying.
was what was your big breaker, like the moment where you're like, this job is something I really dreamed of, or I can't like even imagine being here?
So there's like a part A, part B of that answer. So when I got scouted, I was like, okay, maybe because prior to that, I had a lot of people like, you can model, you have that look, and I was kind of like, I mean, I just, it was kind of like 1 in a million chance, at least to me at the time.
Yeah.
Finally got scouted. I got a contract to New York, so I flew to New York, had like a 2 or 3 year deal. So I'm like, okay, maybe this could be something. Got off the plane, and like I couldn't even like go to my apartment yet. They were like, yo, you got me with, Gap. You got me with like this, and I'm like, yo, I'm not even. So you tell me I got to bring my suitcase to the whole shit.
That is a thing. That's like a New York thing. You
Yeah,
see that
like
you saw that on like America's Next Top Model when they got off the plane and they're just running with suitcases through the city.
Bro, straight up.
You had that. You had that moment.
Had that moment. The second part was like I was like, okay, now I'm in the right rooms. I'm supposed to be here. I was in was it YSL, I think, or Saint Laurent? It was one of those, and I was at a casting for them. And my agent called me. He was like, yo, lead that casting. Yo, you gotta fly to South Carolina. You got Puma. You gotta boom, boom, boom. You gotta be there for like 3 to 4 days. Like,
Okay, period.
so I had to leave
Just
that
right
shit.
into it.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, like this is. I'm like, because I at the same time I was like, yo, I'm a regular dude. And like, I just happen to look better than most, But like, I didn't really think of myself as a model at that point in time. I'm like, yo, let me just try it. If worst case, go back home. But they were like, yo, you gotta leave here. Boom, boom, boom. Like, it's paid for you. This is the rate. And I'm like, oh, so this is what it's like. Like, all right, cool, bet. And I'm like, yo, I'm out of here. Teleported to the airport.
That's crazy.
So that's when I was like, yo, maybe I'm doing the right thing right now.
Definitely. That doesn't happen for a lot of people, just stuff popping off back to back, like all these big dream
It
brands. And
doesn't.
honestly,
It doesn't.
like, I
And
think the
I'm
people
lucky.
that don't expect it or walk into it usually have that experience where all the things just happen. I know also you have, done runway shows. Like, what's your experience with that? Because I think a lot of people watching that aren't models or in the industry are looking to get into it, they might think like, oh, I want to be on that runway. Like that's the dream. But like, what is your experience? I want to know.
Which answer do you want to hear?
We want to hear the real tea.
I mean, I enjoyed Runway. It was cool, but I'm gonna be real. It doesn't pay as much as you would think it does. I mean, unless I'm not, Bella Hadid, I'm not, one of them. Not yet, at least,
Yeah.
hopefully. It's fun. It's a fun experience, but like it just I don't think it's worth the stress. You get the exposure, but when I was on Runway, like TikTok and all that stuff wasn't a thing, so I couldn't like reproduce or like, it was kind of like, all right, if you're locked into like Fashion Week, because really wasn't even a big thing back then.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a big thing, but it was only like, you had celebrities, all the rappers and everything, but you didn't have
Mm-hmm.
like, the influencers you have today. Maybe back then it would have been different, and maybe it's, I haven't done it in a minute, but when I was doing it, like it was fun. I got to meet, Playboy Cardi, Iggy Azalea when they were dating. But
Mm-hmm.
you gonna talk? We ain't talking about
There's a
that.
bunch of tea on the shade room
Yeah.
about that right now.
I met Virgil, R.I.P. Virgil. He knew my
Yeah.
name too, which was crazy. I ended up not booking it, but the fact that he knew my name, I knew I was like, okay, you doing right, you doing well at
Yeah.
least.
Really teach yourself how to do things like on set. You just
You
gotta
have
do
to.
it.
You have to be able to adapt and adjust.
Yeah.
It's like, cause I was always just like a regular, I'm just in the room chilling. Like I was probably the flyest guy there, but then going to New York, Paris, everybody's the flyest guy in their neighborhood.
Yeah.
So you really gotta just, how you be flyer than fly. So you gotta like read and react and be like, okay, okay, you did that, you did that. All right, I'm gonna do this. Let me, boom, boom.
Yeah. That's crazy though. That's I think too with like modeling for guys, I feel like men stay sharp with their style, women stay sharp with their body.
No, for sure, because I feel like, and I mean, I don't want to make it like a men versus women thing, but I feel it's like you said, women have their bodies.
Yeah.
That's, because they always put you in swimsuits and, it's like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm not trying to start anything, but then like, hey, I just got to make sure,
Yeah.
got to respectfully
Yeah.
always. But then like with dudes, just kind of like, you could be skinny and then you just, you could layer up, or you could be like a thick boy and you know how to like, slim it down one time.
Yeah.
It's like, it's more of our heart on our drip versus, with the ladies, it's always, not saying I approve of that, but that's just what it
So
comes
much
down
focus on
to.
the body.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. What's been the hardest part of your career so far?
The hardest. There was a time when I was in New York and I was in booking for a little bit, and like I had to get like a part-time job as like a caterer and like do events, and like it was like model catering, kind of like stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. I had to move apartments, like kind of downsize, and I'm like, okay, maybe it's just a slow season. I wasn't trying to like, saying I'm the reason, but like, you have them thoughts in the back of your head every now and then. And then my grandma got sick too, back in San Diego. So I'm in New York, talking to my agent. I'm like, yo, I haven't been booked for a minute. My grandma's sick. Like, I gotta just go back home and recuperate. But if you have anything for me, let me know. They ain't reply for a couple months. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. I'm gonna just go back home. Like, this is
Yeah.
way more important.
Yeah.
Went back home, took care of my grandma. She ended up passing, but the game is the game. Shout out to her. But then my agent was like, oh, okay, we're dropping you in New York. And I'm like, bro, you ain't have nothing for me. I told you all, you didn't reply. So like normally when an agent drops you, you would have to pay back certain things. But like since I had all the receipts, they're like, you can't really press him because he hit us up. We just didn't reply. Luckily, I was in contact with my mother agent, got me signed out here within like 2 weeks of that, and I've been booming ever since. So I know they sick. That was the time where I thought about giving it up.
Yeah, that is the crazy part because many of us are not from LA. Like you're from San Diego, but you're still away from your family. You miss, moments while you're creating something for yourself, and then to have, your prior agency not even have have the audacity not to even respond while you're really like in survival mode, trying to see when your next job is. Should I stay here? Should I be home to prioritize my family? There's just a lot of pressure in that way. So not having the support from the people that like book the jobs can be really tough. And I know a lot of people go through that.
Yeah, it's super tough. And like, I'm not trying to say work them under the table deals, but
But like,
you got to put you first. You are the product. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like who can sell yourself better than you?
right.
Like, yeah, everyone, they can give you the deals, they can put you in the right direction, but like if that's not you and knowing what you can offer yourself and how you can be like the best
Yeah,
you gonna do that and you're gonna
definitely.
get the best out of that. Sometimes you just gotta be patient. Sometimes, you gotta see it rain before you see the rainbow.
Right. Okay, period. He's dropping bars on this episode today. But honestly, that's why I decided to go independent a few months back because, I feel like if you build yourself, you have these jobs, you have a portfolio to show for, like people will start booking you just based off of what you've built and who you are. So that's kind of like where I'm at with it right now. I'm gonna see if I want to be with an agency again. I was signed for 10 years and now I'm just kind of like, let me just chill. Let me do this. Let me do a podcast. Let me talk to the people about what it's really like and just see how I can build that brand as well. Podcast is called Model Release, basing it off of, modeling, being a role model, choose a play on that, and then release, like being released from jobs. So when you model out here, you can be kind of on hold for jobs. Brands can like you, be interested. We have a shoot this date. Are you available? You confirm, and then they hold you, and sometimes they release you with no feedback, things like that. When you've gone through that, like we all do, like how is that experience? And like, has it gotten easier over time?
No, it's definitely gotten easier over time because there'll be times where like the homies are like, yo, we gotta like let's link on Friday. And I'm like, oh no, I'm holding for this, I'm doing this. So I would like basically just kind of block out, certain stuff. And then like I just wouldn't get it. I'd rather my agents tell me when I'm not holding, like just tell me if I got it or not. But sometimes they don't know, everything's last minute. Like I wouldn't even know I was gonna be here because I was holding for something before.
Literally. And then even before that, you got another request for
Yeah.
another casting and things like that. So,
It's all last minute, but like I mean, you can't complain because that's bread in my pocket and
yeah.
it's a handsome amount. No pun all puns intended actually. It's a handsome amount, so it's like,
Yeah.
why not? Got to do what's best for you. You got to figure it out. And it's a balance.
How do you stay motivated and maintain your passion, like when things might be slow or just like uncertain?
How do I stay motivated? My mom, I got 3 little brothers too. So, and I'm the oldest, so I got to make sure that I set the best example that I'm straight. So like if I'm good, they gonna be good.
Yeah.
But if I'm great, then they gonna be great too. So they got to see like, okay, that's my big bro. That's him. He doing it. I gotta meet up with him. I gotta be better than him. Cause I always tell my brother, you don't want to be like me. You want to be better than me.
I
So
love
like,
that.
be
That's
better than
cute.
me.
I like that. That's a bar for sure. I know we said that you can't really give real like advice, like if you do this, this will happen. But let's say someone's watching and they want to get into modeling like you, maybe like streetwear or like figuring out their look. Like, what's advice you would give to someone if they literally had no mentorship? Like, they have no idea what to do, how to start.
So are you talking about like to get into modeling or to build their drip?
We could go part one and part two.
All right. So if to build your modeling, if you already got drip, go like that. I would suggest building up a portfolio, like getting a lot of pictures, not just like headshots, like, like actor type shit, but like, just get a lot of, if you have a photographer homie, because a lot of my like test suits and everything, I know of homies that are photographers. So it's kind of like a trade for trade. He's working
Yeah.
on his shit. I'm working on, or his and her, I'm working on my shit. They're working on their shit.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, boom, boom. If this gets picked up, guess what? We both eating. Build your portfolio, take pictures, try stuff, see what the trends are, follow, I don't want to say like complex style, but like, complex style, like, get on Instagram, see the algorithm. If you know about Tumblr, I'm saying Reddit, Pinterest,
Yeah.
I'm saying if
Yeah.
you,
Tumblr.
know about streetwear and like find stuff like that works. And then I'm not saying like, bite that, but like, mix and match, remix it, you know what I'm saying? But also
Mm-hmm.
you got to be versatile. Like you don't want to just, I mean, I'm sure you could be streetwear and that works, but also you don't just want to be limited to just streetwear.
Yeah.
So sometimes you maybe put on that little suit. put on a
Mm-hmm.
nice little cardigan, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Wear
Show
pants that
off
fit,
sides.
wear the nice slacks sometimes, but like, but also be what you want to be too. So if that's not for you,
Yeah.
rock the streetwear 1,000.
Yeah, definitely also like think about the brands you want to work with as well. Like he was saying, be you. I feel like the most enjoyable jobs are ones that feel like, damn, this is me. Like this is like
Facts.
really feels so natural. It feels like I'm not even working because this is really like an extension of who I am, or like the brands like a fashion brand that you would want to work with, or one you already are like a consumer of.
Look good, feel good, get paid better.
Right. Always get paid. Always get paid. Moving on to mental health and wellness, what impact has the industry had on your mental health? Everyone always has that reaction. It's a deep breath.
Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, there were a couple times where I thought I wasn't gonna make it, like I wasn't cut out for this, even though I've had my upsides and I had my downside, just like everyone else and anything, and that's just life. I mean, there'd be times where like, oh shit, maybe they're not looking for. Like I have dreads, like I'm not gonna take them out right now, but y'all can see them.
Mhm.
But like there'll be times where like, okay, damn, they're not looking for this. Is this out right now? Do I gotta cut my shit? Like, so I'm
Yeah.
just like there's certain stuff like that. I'm just in my head, just overthinking, and I'm just like, wait, bro, you done all this and this and this. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sure everyone is like, if it's a dry spell for you, you're thinking like, yo, what the fuck, what's going on? Like, what can I do better? But it's really not you. One of my biggest struggles to realize like it's not me. I mean, obviously, everyone can like improve and do stuff better, but at
Yeah.
the end of the day, like that's just not me. I just wasn't a fit. A lot of things with modeling, you get used to saying hearing no. I mean, I got hella no's. Like, no, 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 no. Get that one yes. And you
Yeah.
got to just get used to that.
When you hear a lot of no's, modeling also is a bit different because it's not like you're just banging the door down, like, please, book me for this. Brands will be like, come, come, come. We like you. We like your look. Come, come, come. And then it's like you're getting turned away. So it's just like steps forward, steps back. But you still know like they're interested, but you just have to stay grounded because the no could be for an array of reasons that you have no idea.
Now, see, it's funny you said that because, well, I mean, I think I can say it now. The NDA is over, but I used to be on hold for Samsung a lot. And I would send myself tapes. I would send my portraits, profiles, whatever I got to do. Boom, boom, boom. Oh no, not this one, not this one, not this one. Finally got them. You rather be in the right rooms. Like, it's okay if I hear no, but at
Yeah.
least I was there, and to be like, next time, next time. And luckily, I got one of them next times. Some no's can be beneficial because it's
Mm-hmm.
like, it wasn't enough for this one, but you was able to meet the team, or you were able to, come
Yeah.
along. You were able to, be in the room. Now, next time, you've seen this now.
Y'all better make a decision now.
Yeah, now come holla at me.
It's like that. Yeah, I've had very similar experiences as well. It's funny too, because with in-person like castings or auditions, I've never really had like a negative experience. Thank God. Knock on lavish. But there was just like one casting, and I feel like they were just very like dry. It wasn't necessarily negative, but I walked away like, I don't know if I got that one. And why was it a book and a rebook and a rebook? I'm just like, you never know.
Ah, you really don't.
You really never know.
Cause I didn't went to castings, and I'm like, bro, I did so like maybe just cause I'm just hard in my head, and like I'm just tough on myself. I'm like,
Yeah.
I ain't get that, or I do a self tape record, or watch the recording. To be honest, I'd be raw dogging my self tapes. Can I say that? Yeah,
Yeah. We have
like
to
I
sometimes.
barely be watching the recording because sometimes like it's always be last minute, and
Last
it's like,
last minute,
and
you guys would be
they
surprised.
ask the most extraneous shit.
The craziest
It's
shit.
like I'm 6, 1.5, 6'2" on a good day, and it's like, yo, we need a full body, but hold it horizontal. So I gotta
Where are we
fucking
doing that at?
step the fuck back. Like I have, what I'm saying, in my crib working. I gotta move furniture out the way. Gotta do all this shit,
You gotta get the cleaning supplies, make sure
man.
everything
Like
looks good.
because I feel like they judging me because they look at it in the back like, yo, what is this? What do you got going on? And it's like,
Yeah.
bro, don't worry about that. This is here. This is
Focus.
focus. I look at it back when I edit, so I can make sure the cuts are precise, so it's not like
Yeah. Oh, we're editors out here
You
too.
gotta
We're not
be.
just models. We gotta know how to really be technical with it and
Yeah.
technical and fast and
That's why we know all the
precise.
lighting and everything because we know what works for us and we've
Right.
been on set. So that's why we multifaceted.
Right.
But that's a whole different, episode two,
Right.
whatever,
Part
later.
two. Hey,
Yep.
season two.
Exactly.
Honestly, like a lot of things I studied in college, like I literally have to apply like on times like that. Lighting, editing, photography, just all of it. A lot of people just don't know all what it takes. So I'm glad that we're sharing all the
Man, because like
craziness behind the scenes here. So looking to the future, what do you really want for your career overall or like your brand? Where do you see yourself?
I'm working on transitioning behind the camera. I mean, I'm gonna be handsome forever, but it's like,
Period.
you know, when I get tired of being handsome, you know what I'm saying? I can get behind the camera and then capture the beauty like how my beauty was captured, you feel me?
Love that. Give it back to the game.
But also, when I was a kid growing up, I did like a lot of reading and writing. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe I want to get back into writing and also styling too. Like I'm also
I could definitely see you doing that.
transitioning with that. Like I've been working with a lot of, there's my homie, shout out to my homie Luis. I don't know. He deactivated his Instagram. He's not on socials, but I'm gonna text him after this because that's my dog. But he put me on the styling. Also, my homie rap too.
Lit.
But yeah, they put me on, and it's
Styling is a hustle.
like when I was in middle school. Middle school and high school. People would pay me like it was only like $25. Like it's middle high school. We don't
High
have
school
really.
25.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Jug.
Then it was a good amount of bread.
Yeah, no, for real.
But we go to the mall. I'm like, yo, get this, get this. They had their parents' credit card. Nothing off
It's
mine.
lit. Oh, you've been hustling pockets for a minute then.
I'm gonna make bread.
Yes,
Bread
regardless.
is being made and being broke among the homies and
Yeah.
homegirls. If I could eat, we all eating. There's more money than us. Just don't go against us,
Yes.
and that's it.
That is the bar. That might be the most important statement of the whole episode. How do you want to be remembered in the industry?
I think at the end of the day, if I can make sure I left the game in a better place than I left it, like when I came in, then I really don't mind. Like I don't have to be like it was Keon or Keon did that. It was a part of it, give me a little credit, at least. But it's
Yeah.
like I don't need to be the face. I just want to just be
Collective effort.
yeah, just be better for the next person, so the next person could be better than me. Then the next person after that gonna be better than them.
Love that. Love that. T. Thank you so much for coming on to the podcast season 1.
Thank you for having me.
Where can people find you on Instagram?
At a Keonosaur. Connoisseur mixed with Keon. That's KEONOISSEUR. Same on Twitter. If you want to watch me play games, get on Twitch.
Great, streamer.
It's on every social platform. I'm locked in that way. I got everything. Keonosaur.
Perfect.
KEONOISSEUR. Dead homies.
Perfect. I'm dead. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye. Period. I love the dead homies. That was lit.
I tried.